Hello, everyone. It's been a long time, yeah? Life has just happened. And, well, yes, I've missed doing these readings. We are in chapter 7 of the book of BTS Beyond the Story. How have you all been? I can't believe that it's already March. The whole 2 months, first 2 months of the year just flew by so quickly. And yes, it was Hobie's birthday last February, and I really wanted to also do a birthday tribute for him. But yes, I wasn't able to. So, to make up for that, and I know it's March and it is Yoongi's month, birthday month. His birthday is coming up too. So, we'll do a different birthday tribute for Yoongi. Well, this one, although it's belated, this is my way of celebrating J-Hope, our Jung our Hobie, our sunshine, his birthday. And I think he's 30. Is that right? Or wait, 1994. Yes, 30. 30 years old like Namjoon, yeah? So Hobie, happy birthday, belated, but I did greet you in the channel, uh, the community post. But this one's for you. It's one of my favorite performances of Hobie. It's his Hobie Palooza, as we fondly call it. But yeah, it's Lollapalooza, the Chicago concert or festival that Hobie headlined and was sensational. You know, his set was just spectacular, and he blew, you know, everyone away, especially I think people who were not familiar with BTS and didn't know who J-Hope is. And so, yeah, his persona J came out, and he just was phenomenal in that performance. He sang songs from both his um, official album, Jack in the Box, and his mixtape, Hope World. This particular series of songs, they're the old songs. They're not from his official album, Jack in the Box, but they're my favorite. So we're going to hear um, Baseline and his part in Cypher Part 1. And then, of course, my favorite, Hangsang. So, happy birthday or belated happy birthday, Hobie. This one's for you. And for all those who are tuning in to 1800, Beyond 1800 with BTS. Let's do this. Get your dancing shoes on.
내 음악의 baseline 내 멋지서 baseline 내 속속의 baseline 내 성공의 baseline baseline 지금부터 baseline 느껴지는 baseline when you see baseline 내 세상 에이스 오늘은 내 베이스 외진고를 삐게 get out need your They say bass song 이거 없는 책정 그들에게 bass baseline Look that 신난다 미쳐있는 모르자 나는 뭔지 rap 내 name tag top class but I don't peep in the light climb 간절해 내 음악의 꿈이 아직 남아있기에 너는 내 직업에 감사함이 나의 봄백 너를 다 떠먹은 거야 유기무한 나의 역정은 없어 베이스라인 내 성과의 원천 홈벌 이제 모든 세상을 누구보다 열심히 했기에 때문에 널 자고도 해서 땡기에 나 위에 여와 같은 인생의 메인 정신 못 차린 얘들 다 play what baseline 나만 짓은 baseline 내 성공의 baseline baseline 지금부터 baseline 느껴지는 baseline Hold right here. This is for the OG out there. Listen. 지금은 homework BTS 전부 다 follow 내 가능성은 링크돼 모두에게 알렸네 꼬막을 타고 네 몸을 채워 다리 갈았어 내 LWK 나이도 라임도 몰랐던 나이고 이제 아이도 바라본 왕조의 흔한 그래 이제 보여줄게 Lollapalooza right here 내 폼으로 밝혀 I'm more bomb the minor And on now better bring it on TV screen은 난 처음 래퍼 카스도 거품을 걷고 내 뱃선 내가 원하던 것도 지금 어디 가도 위슈가 배가 아프면 병원 가던 진우가 헤매를 봤던 사람들다 힘부심 받치는 게임을 J-Hope을 watch What When my friend goes on, when my team flows on, and when the show goes on, make some motherfucking noise.
Let's go, Hobie. Smash in the street, smash in the street.
When I cruising down there, man, poor. 내 친구들과 비기 타고. Every day I'm so turned up with my boy. Every day I'm so turned up with my dog.
Hangsang, Hangsang. Smash in the street, smash in the street.
우린 행복해 요즘은 명품은 가볍게 걸치게 예술 그 자체가 되었게 웨딩에 홈다 가졌게 먹고 오른 건뭘 우물 밥보고 좋은 건뭘 떠든 이 판에 이끈 건뭘 멋진 친구들과 멋진 건뭘 자 fello들의 cold what?
Talking.
이 순간들은 다 항상 With my dog 앞으로도 다 항상 With my dog 7명에게 세상 이 밤 맞춰 우린 같이
Smash on the street.
When I cruise down that man port 내 친구들과 비기 타고 Every day I'm so turned up with my boy Every day I'm so turned up with my dog Yo Spring boy burst White sir Hold up Hold up Whole body jump What What Haters better cat wow Me and my friend come back to train side Hold up, 내 빙자노 내가 바ckside What? Sing it!
Hangsang with my dog. Right. Hangsang with my dog. Right. Smash on the street, smash on the street.
When I cruise down that man poor 내 친구들과 비기 타고 Every day I'm so turned up with my boy
Every day I'm so turned up with my dog.
Oh yeah
Hangsang. Hangsang with my dog.
나만의 물론의 로우와 같이 날아가도록 데뷔 전부터 우리 맘이 고부무는 거죠 모두 여기에 이겼고 우리 편은 아무도 없어 그런 팀이 역전해서 이제 세계를 열어 Feel like I don't care 불을 흔들어 전 세계가 원해 우리 힙합 그저 꿈꾸는 대로 모두 현실이 됐지 이제 우리의 철 싹 다 싸버려랬지 나서는 게 빡빡 앞뒤 없이 꽉와에게 같이 잡다 억지치가 부려대는 잡아 그들의 떳떳하게 아파 이룩이룩 싸봐 그들을 그만 레이블 빡빡 그만 침착
Yes, Hobie. So cool.
What's your
Oh,
hair food
okay.
flavor?
Hang
Say
on.
no to fruits. I'm smoothie macadamia.
Fine.
That is, hang on, let us stop that for a bit. Wasn't that incredible? Those are my, you know, 3 favorite songs of Hobie from his, well, one was a BTS, of course, song, the Cypher, but from his mixtape. So I love Hangsang so much. And we're going to be in for a treat this month because it's not only Yoongi's birthday, but Hobie has something special for us. It's his documentary, Hope on the Street. And I believe he traveled to different parts of the world. I think there's one in New York, there's Paris, there's Tokyo, and of course Seoul. And he goes back to his roots, dancing roots, especially street dancing. And I think he's going to be dancing as well with his former dance group, the Neuron, I think is the name of the group that he was part of when he started his street dancing, um, you know, adventures. And I think in the trailer that we just saw, I think some of us, or if not most of you, have seen from Bangtan TV. They're showcasing some guests, depending on the style of the dance. So there's popping, there's locking, there's house, there's hip hop. I'm so excited. And I'm so thrilled for Hobie and the dancers, all the dancers who participated in this documentary, because I think it's an appropriate, if not a long overdue, tribute to Hobie's dance roots, and of course to give tribute also to the people his, who has inspired him and made him fall in love with dance. So I can't wait to watch that documentary. And I think he also has a mini, I'm not sure if it's an LP or a mini album, because there are 6 tracks that he produced for this special that highlights his street dancing career. So I think we have a song where I think Jungkook is there, and then I think other South Korean artists. I can't remember at the top of my head, but I know Yoon Mireille is in one, and I have yes, he's also collaborating again with Benny Blanco and oh my goodness, Nile Rodgers. Nile Rodgers is this um African American musician, and if I'm not mistaken, he plays bass guitar or probably different types of guitar, but he's performed and he's played for a lot of incredible, like top-notch artists in the US and overseas in the UK. So, of course, one of them is the great late Michael Jackson. So, yeah, so that one I'm looking forward to listening to that track. So, we have so many things to look forward to, and I'll see if I can do a special treat for you when that documentary comes out or the music. Yeah, I'm also hoping. Well, it looks like there will be videos, I think, for those songs, for those tracks. Then, of course, there's Yoongi's birthday. So I hope he's also doing very well. And congratulations, Yoongi, for another achievement. I think he's the only rap artist who has four songs that topped the iTunes in did I say more than 40 countries? Or anyway, like just a ridiculous number of countries and topping number one on iTunes for four songs. Um, and the fourth one is Psy's uh, that Sugar produced, performed in, and composed the song and literally did a lot of things in it. And yeah, for Psy. So well done. Sugar is incredible, isn't he? They're all incredible. And what else? The latest news. Of course, there's all four Namjoon, Taeyang, Jimin, and Jungkook doing very well in the military, and they have just been promoted, I think. So I'm not sure what the title is, but they've had a promotion. And Taeyang has completed extra training for that special unit, command unit that he's been assigned to. And he's gained the weight that he wanted to, all muscles. Oh my goodness. He's he can probably already star in an action movie, honestly. Um, so yes, they've all been doing so well. I can't wait for, of course, Jin to return and be with us in June. And of course, it goes without saying that he is, as usual, excelling. Uh, I read nothing but wonderful, news about his fellow soldiers just praising him to the high heavens for his wonderful leadership, for being so humble, for always being thoughtful and caring about his fellow soldiers, and goes with Hobie as well. So they've really excelled in their leadership skills in the companies that they've been assigned to, the units that they've been assigned to. BTS, aren't they just incredible? So bravo, everyone. Okay, let's get to the reading now. So we are, as I've said, in chapter 7, um, the last chapter of the book Beyond the Story. So let's have some background music. Thank you once again, Do Piano, for the beautiful background instrumental music. So let's, okay, here we go. Subheading: Smooth like butter, firm like BTS. The string of recent hits comprised of Dynamite, Butter, and Permission to Dance introduced a slew of new challenges for the group. The first challenge had to do with how they sang and danced. Jimin elaborates. When we were recording Permission to Dance, I just got the feeling it wasn't easy conveying my emotions. I was also worried my intentions would not quite come through singing in English, even if I ended up really liking the song once it was finished. While Permission to Dance is a light and carefree track, the members had to put in much effort to make it sound the way they wanted it to sound. The English aspect also meant that RM, Suga, and Jhope would need to focus more on singing than rapping. Clearly, the song presented a variety of challenges to the whole group. Butter, especially, shows what BTS chose to focus on as they switched to completely English lyrics. When it was first being written, the song had no rap part, but in the recording process, RM inserted a rap and created what we know as the current version. RM spoke of this decision later on in Weverse magazine. It would have felt incomplete otherwise. I thought we really needed a rap section. In the end, parts of us differ from American pop stars because our DNA is just different. RM's added rap includes the following: Got Army right behind us when we say so. Let's go. That line's iconic. While Butter is a classic summer smash on one hand, conveying the feel of joyful dancing in the sun, the lyrics, including the rap, show how indeed BTS have managed to gain the affection of their fans the way they have. With the rap, Butter became not just another summary moment, but a point in the group's history, reached during a time of strife and change. The rap also adds the group's trademark toughness to a song that is otherwise smooth like butter. From 2013 to 2021, BTS was a restless juggernaut that even time seemed to have keeping up with. Trouble keeping up with. BTS found themselves reacting to these rapid changes, while at the same time trying hard not to lose themselves in the process. The performance video J-Hope, Jimin, and Jungkook dubbed 3J for their initials, made with a rap contributed by Megan Thee Stallion, was a part of such efforts. Jimin says this performance began as one of J-Hope's ideas. J-Hope suggested, wouldn't it be cool if we made a special event for the fans? And Jungkook proposed I join them in it. He said, let's throw ourselves at it like we used to, and show the fans what they didn't get to see in a while. And we were game. Jungkook says of the performance, when J-Hope made a suggestion, I just had this urge to do it. It's always when we really want to do something when we get the best results. And the premise of this plan was great, and the whole thing sounded fun. We practiced, and it felt like we were trainees again. Like when we practiced our moves and learned to dance. It was a different feeling from preparing for our albums. As it was an almost spontaneous project, they did not have a lot of time to put the performance together, but the three of them practiced hard, almost to the point where it felt violent. Reminiscing of that time, J-Hope says, we had to do it in the extra time we had after our regular schedules. We just did not have a lot of time. I hated to do this to them, but I told the younger two we needed to rehearse every moment we had. But because we'd volunteered for it, the mood was very different. Every little part of it, our passion just overflowed. If you recall that video, right? It's also in Bangtan TV official. You can find that video of them just rehearsing and rehearsing and rehearsing, and then never ending. One more, one last, one more, last one, promise, last one. And then it went on to 2 days of recording, isn't it? Ah, that was incredible. As we could see from the behind the scenes footage, the three of them managed to find another day to reshoot after completing the performance shoot. Jimin explains what happened. We had not managed to practice a week for it. But then, I guess, it's the same every time. But you know how the more you do something, the more obsessed you get about it being perfect? One more time. Just one more time. And we ended up adding a whole extra day to shoot. If the three of us are dancing and one of us happens to not look as good, we'd have to reshoot the whole part. Or we would like the choreography in one part but not the next one and need to reshoot that one. The short performance was indeed produced on a voluntary basis, but that did not make it all fun and games necessarily. Jimin says this particular video, the practicing and filming of it, was a great help in assuaging his anxieties connected to the pandemic. Over the pandemic, I was worried that instead of having an exchange of emotions with our fans, that it could end up being one-sided. Because we were doing this one-sided thing of making our songs and putting out the video performances. So this was such a precious opportunity for me, and I was incredibly grateful to J-Hope. If he had not brought it up then, I probably would have just done nothing about it as usual, but making that performance really motivated me. The more they shot, the more the three became immersed in dance again and found direction in their art. Jungkook was able to analyze his artistry in more detail thanks to this work. It was fun, and at the same time, I was like, ah, is this all I can do? Jungkook laughs. It just wasn't easy learning the choreography and going right into the dancing. My head would understand it, but I could see myself creaking along in the practice room mirrors. He laughs. So I really need to practice more. We'd done all sorts of choreography until then, but I never focused on a particular style of dance. But this experience made me realize I needed to be serious about learning dance. Because our bodies kind of get used to our group's choreography after a while. If I wanted to be able to pick up a new dance and master it quickly, I needed to train my body so it could step up. Jimin was the same. Praising Jungkook's strong points, his only criticism is reserved solely for himself. It was hard doing that. J-Hope is already an above average dancer of many different genres of dance, and Jungkook is so great at this choreography. Jungkook picked up immediately what took me 3 days to learn. Jimin laughs. Since it was different from the kind of dance I was used to, it was hard for me to the point of not liking how I was doing it. The choreography requires flexibility and lightness and strength at the same time. It really wasn't easy. The reason they put so much work into a choreography that was barely a minute long is explained by Jungkook.
And welcome back to this U.S. Open
Ah,
office plan.
Miller just lobbed a message way over Jones's head using some technical jargon.
oops, sorry about that. Another ad. Okay, where was I? Okay, the reason they put so much work into choreography that was barely a minute long is explained by Jungkook in a way that shows how far BTS had come by then in their artistic development. We had decided on the final version and finished the shoot, but I kept feeling dissatisfied with the results. There were all these little things that just did not fit right. We can't just release it this way, I thought. So we made time in our schedules to practice it a bit more because I thought I would regret it otherwise. Because if we put in just a little more effort, we could come up with something better. BTS no longer did anything for the sake of outside approval or to prove themselves. They were now more focused on evaluating themselves and trying to reach a point of excellence where they could feel satisfied with their results. This was also the only way they could overcome their particular difficulties at the time. The pandemic had taken away the opportunity to empathize with a live audience and gauge the effectiveness of their performances. They could look at online responses, but it was hard for them to be deprived of sharing the live experience on stage. The online concert BTS Map of the Soul 1 or on Colony, held October 10 to 11, 2020, made this feeling as acute as ever. At the time, Jimin spoke of the fundamental conundrum of having to perform to an invisible audience. I actually learn a lot during tours. I collate all the feedback from fans and my own performance notes and gear my practice to this. I ask the other members for advice. I monitor my singing parts. But there's no way to do that now. We're practicing a lot, and I'm having fun when recording as I think about things like how should my voice sound when singing in English, but there's just no feedback. It was initially hard to judge their own work and measure their progress on their special performances of Dynamite, Butter, Permission to Dance, and Butter featuring Megan Thee Stallion, as well as the online concerts BTS Map of the Soul 1. Despite this, they tried hard to see themselves as objectively as possible and tried to redefine what it meant to interact with their audience in an era where artists and fans were no longer able to meet in person. These words spoken around this time are proof of why BTS can be BTS. We just tried to overcome it because we couldn't stay mired in negative feelings forever. These days, I'm like, if I pour these feelings into something, if I take the things I've felt or my mood and make it into a song, then I feel a bit better. You might ask me if I wish I could get to share more with our fans, but I'm fine with that now. It's alright if we don't show everything. All I want is just the biggest thing for me is that army and we survive this to see each other again in our next concert. I think I can wait without breaking until then. So we will stop there. So I hope you enjoyed today's treat combination of a belated birthday greeting for Hobie and highlighting some of his songs in his mega Lollapalooza performance and a bit of reading of Chapter 7 of Beyond the Story. Thank you so much for hanging with me. This has been Beyond 1800 with BTS. Until next time, have a wonderful weekend and rest of the new week and the new month, March.